Have your attention, please, all rise. Lawrence County Municipal Court is now in session. The Honorable Donald R. Tacker presiding. All those having business before the court draw near, you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. Today is the 9th day of February, and we have reviews to do first. So if people have reviews, are going to be called. Come up to the table to your right when your name is called. If you don't get called and you think you should, go check in with the clerk. Call the reviews.
Jennifer Brown, Kimberly Gannon, Wesley Gossett, Joshua Hay, Ron Witherell, Donald Porter, Rosa Hammer.
All right, Jennifer Brown.
Yes.
That's you, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
This is on first offense over 9. The main charge, 23649. You have something to submit to the court?
Your Honor, she has turned in some community service. 8 days of community service
Okay. Who's that?
for the animal shelter.
Okay. All right, well, that'll go toward your fine too. Because you're ordered to do 5 days, so 3 days will go toward your fine. Do you have a payment on the fine still also, or?
No.
Okay, how are you gonna take care of that?
I was going to keep doing community service.
Okay. What about, you have to go to the 3-day driver?
Yeah, the
intervention?
21st or the 22nd of this month.
You signed up for that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is your first review hearing. Okay, I'll set your next review hearing for March 29th.
Okay.
And does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays?
No.
Okay, March 29th is a Friday. If you finish everything, then you don't have to come back. This is a check to make sure you finish everything, which you have to get the 3-day school completed and get a positive report filed with the court and get your fines done. You'll be finished.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yep.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
There you go. Kimberly Gannon. 21-33-29, I'd like for Kimberly to do a urine screen. So let's do that, then I'll have you come back. Wesley Gossett. 21-7-29 and 21-6-27. And you're bringing me something on family.
I brought it in a few weeks ago. They said they couldn't find my file, but I brought it back in just in case.
Okay.
Is this his copy to keep?
Yeah, that's fine. I can get another one. Yeah, they took the other copy I had. They said they were going to try, and I called back like a week later, and they said they found it. But
Okay, I do have this in the file.
okay.
That's already in there. Okay, well, I think the question was whether, because you're ordered to do alcohol counseling, this does say anger management and the substance abuse outpatient clinic, so I guess we'll accept that as completion.
I did do treatment down there too, but I didn't do like a plan. Like I went a few days, like to groups and individuals throughout the week.
Okay, I'm showing a $50 balance, and that's it.
Okay, I thought I was paid up.
If you pay that, then you'll be completed.
Okay, I can do
So
that.
what I'll do, I'll go ahead and schedule you another date, but pay it before then, and you don't have to come back.
All right, sounds great.
So we'll make it March the 11th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Josh Hay. He's not here. He still has a balance due, so it'll be a warrant for failure to appear. Ron Witherell is not here.
Your Honor, he didn't do the community services over
164698, 14844, 131151. He's got several cases that are not completed, so he gets a warrant for failure to appear. Rosa Hamrick.
Your Honor, she is
She's an
compliant.
RRG
She is compliant with all the services.
and compliant. And doing MAT, looks like.
Yes.
Okay. And you've got some community service. The main focus is on your treatment, and you're doing good on that. You still got some community service and fines to pay too, so.
Sir, I was wondering, could I possibly do my community service in Huntington? Because my car got repoed and I didn't know if I was allowed to do it over there or not.
there. It would have to be someplace that's approved, Your Honor. She'd have to just let me know where she wants to do it.
Okay. Where are you living?
Virginia Avenue, west end of Huntington.
Okay. I prefer you do it here, but if you come up with something, you need to discuss it with either the probation officer or Mr. Cooper, who's over the community service, and get it approved prior to doing it.
Yes, sir.
But you're doing good on your treatment, and that's the main focus right there. So I want to see you back. We'll make it March the 11th for your next hearing at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
March 11th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Donald Porter is here.
Sir.
08441, 181242, 202120. And did you make a payment today?
No, sir, I'm paying, I just did the DUI school a few weeks ago, and I'm paying $750 today to finish my license off. It leaves me broke after bills for 2 weeks, but I will before I'm here again.
Where did you do the 3-day?
And Portsmouth, she's supposed to send you a paper. I have the card in my pocket.
I'm not receiving.
Okay, we don't have it yet.
I have the card they gave.
Mr. Major, of what you got.
They give you that little card. And,
Yeah, give him a copy of that so you can put it in your file.
okay. Can I be up Monday when I come back, please?
Yes, sir. March the 11th,
Okay, thank you.
9 o'clock, will be your next hearing. See Mr. Major before you leave.
Yes, sir.
I think that's all we use.
We got recall. State of Ohio recalls Kimberly Gannon.
Okay,
Your Honor, may I say something?
yeah.
The line I thought was a little faint, they said it wasn't there. I don't know, but I have it. I will go draw blood if you want me to, because I know I have it.
Well, I think this has always been the issue with you, though, is this problem, and it's not just the test here. I think the test at the treatment facility showed a problem,
And
too.
a lot of them was, if I was working and I didn't make it, it was a non-show, so there was a failure. Not that I actually failed them.
I've enclosed the labs in there where they have come back fentanyl positive. She should have been in treatment a long time ago. She continues to be the test when it's instant, and when the labs come back, it's positive for fentanyl. She hasn't
Well,
been in
she was
services for
she's
months.
positive today for fentanyl.
And she hasn't been in services for months. She doesn't come to groups, she doesn't call in for ICs. It's just, she doesn't do anything.
Okay, I want you to go meet with Taylor and talk about this, and then come back with a plan. Okay, I'll call you back up after you know it. Okay, we're going to start arraignments now. Arraignments are the new cases, the ones that we have that are here. We'll get to the jail for people, and there's a lot of people arrested. We'll do this by teleconference later. So anybody that's got an arraignment, come into court now. Have you already talked?
She ain't doing it, doesn't matter.
Okay, back to the holding cell then.
Come on. Get back there.
So if you're here for an arraignment, your name's going to be called, come up to the table to your right, like the previous folks did for the reviews. Stand there, I'm going to go over the charges with you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statements. If you choose to make statements, it's all on the record. And if you admit something about your case, the state can use it against you, so be careful what you say. You have a right to have an attorney. And if you can't afford one, you have a right to have one appointed for you. So it's better to talk to your attorney if you have something you want to say, because that's privilege and can't be used against you. But what you say in open court is not privilege. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove the charges filed against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you decide you're going to enter guilty or no contest, you're in effect waiving those rights I just explained to you. You should not do that if you're unsure of what to do. If you don't understand the proceedings, if you want to talk to a lawyer, or if you want to have a trial on your case, any of those reasons, you should enter a not guilty plea when you're asked for a plea. That's the safest plea you can enter. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Patrick Murtha, case number TRC 24-241.
All right, Mr. McCown, you're representing Mr. Murtha.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your Honor, for please of the court, we waive reading of the complaint. We would enter a not guilty plea. We've already filed and sent our demands for discovery and notice of ALS appeal, which the state has signed off on, and the court has as well in this case. We'd ask for a pre-trial.
Do you have a preference?
2 weeks out. We've requested video, the dash cam video, so 2 weeks should be enough time for them to get that to us.
That's the day we're having the jury trial. Yeah. So I'm not going to set any more cases that day.
Sure.
Do you have another day?
Let me verify that. I think 3-1 would work as well. 3-1 should work, Your Honor.
I'm
That's
sorry,
okay.
March 1st?
Yes.
That should be okay. March the 1st will be the pretrial. Has he posted a bond?
I doubt it, Your Honor. I think they took
He
him
can
on.
sign a $1,500 signature bond. March 1st at 10 a.m. will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Parker Manshine, case number TRC 24-240, A and B.
Sir, you Parker Manshine.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manshine, it's alleged that February 4th at 12:01 a.m. in Union Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or a combination of those things, and that you submitted to a urine screen. Those screens are sent to a lab for testing, and it takes a while to get the results, so I don't have any results today for your test. It's alleged this would be your first conviction if you were convicted. On a first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. That's the most the court can impose as a penalty. There's a minimum, which means I can't go below 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. That's the least you can get if you're found guilty. Do you understand those things? You're also charged with having a light out on the rear of your vehicle, either the tail light or license plate light.
I got those fixed.
That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. So you have 2 charges. Do you understand the 2 charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights I explained?
Kind of.
Do you have a question about your rights?
No.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
I'm not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
Yes, sir. I just started a job Monday,
What do you do?
roofing.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
10.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. This is Parker Manshine, first offense ODI with the urine screen.
Okay.
Is the main charge. He can sign a $1,500 signature bond.
Sign the X there. Probably have to set that out a little bit to make sure we get that urine screen back, Your Honor.
Yes. So that's a couple months anyway.
Yeah.
About April the 12th.
April 12th would work.
That's 9 weeks. April 12th will be the next time. Be a pretrial at 10 a.m.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Not guilty pleas and okay, that finishes the arraignments that we have. We'll start pretrials or when we can get to jail. Do you have any? Okay. All right, we'll start the pretrials that we can get people here for.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Cox, case number TRC 231103, CRA 23495, CRA 08425. It's Walter Smith's case.
Daniel Cox. Daniel Cox. All right, we'll pass this. It's 4:10. Daniel Cox hasn't responded, so.
State of Ohio versus Stephen L. Stanley, case number TRD 24152, A, B, C, and D.
Stephen Stanley is Mr. Smith's case, except for pretrial.
Your Honor, this is our first pretrial on this case. I filed discovery this morning. We couldn't work it out. If we could come back in a couple, 3 weeks, I think that'd give the state time to
Well, it's probably going to be in March.
March is fine.
Jury trial in 2 weeks. Or we can do the 26th, if you want. 26th of February or into March.
Probably into March, Judge, just to make sure they have time to respond.
March 4th, that's a Monday.
Actually, I've got a jury trial, Judge Bauer, 4th and 5th.
March 8th.
March 8th is fine.
March the 8th will be the next 2 weeks. 10 o'clock.
Once I get to just go back.
Case number is 24152. 24152, Stephen Stanley.
Give me all that discovery.
What's the date on that, Your Honor?
March 4th.
March 8th?
I'm sorry, March 8th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got the right date. See you there. And Judge, I heard Daniel Cox called. I was on the phone with the jail. He called, said he's stuck in Lexington. I assume a bench warrant will issue within 7 days.
All right, on Daniel Cox, that's 2311, 23495, 425. He has 7 days to appear before a warrant will issue.
I will, thank you.
Mr. Smith, I'm going to call Mr. Morgan's case.
The grab his files, if you don't care, maybe it's for.
Ohio versus Darren L. Korn II, case number CRD 23761. Darren L. Korn II.
Oh, good.
All right, this is Mr. Morford's case.
Yes, Judge.
Set for pretrial, Darren Horn. Darren Horn has not appeared as is before 10, so let's recall that.
If we could, Judge, and does this show court costs were paid in the court file? It looks like a 90-day, according to Butch's, Mr. Wolford's notes.
They haven't been paid, and I don't
Okay.
have a note, I don't have a note that that was the case.
I'm just reading Butch's note, but it's, okay. If we could
My
recall.
note, we were looking for medical records and treatment.
If we could recall that, Judge,
It'll be recalled.
I'll talk to you.
State of Ohio versus Barbara R. Lawson, case number CRB 22709.
Mr. Morford is in a jury trial today, common pleas, that's why he's not here. Mr. Smith is standing in. Ms. Lawson is here in person and have a report from OVP for her. Okay, so it says you're getting Suboxone from HHG, but you're going to continue to go to OVP also?
I am, he's got a letter for you.
He's got the letter.
Oh,
Just
okay.
making sure I understood.
Yeah, I believe she's doing counseling at OVP.
Okay.
And groups.
Can't you get the Suboxone from him?
She could, I'm not real sure why.
I've just been a patient at HHG for so long, I just go there.
Did they give you counseling too, or just give you the Suboxone?
They give you counseling there, but I go to, I went to OVP for rehab. I figured I'd just do my outpatient with OVP,
Okay.
same place.
Well, I'm okay with that, or if you want to, here's what I'm not okay with. I don't want you just going to HHG alone, because I don't know anything about them. So if you want to go to OVP only, I'm fine with that, and they can give you the Suboxone and the counseling. I want to keep OVP involved.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? If you want to go to both, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'll go to both.
Okay, we'll see you back, I assume, do you know the schedule?
March 8th or 15th.
March the 8th will be the next hearing.
March 8th.
Okay, March the 8th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Charles Martin II, case number CRB 23484 A and B.
This is Mr. Wolford's case.
Yeah, you had your lawyers in a trial. Yeah, the marriage is almost ended. He's doing well. Doing great.
So the good report says you're probably going to finish up next month.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I'm sure the state wants to see him complete before you decide how to handle.
Yes, well, on the domestic violence, we already stated that if he was successful and there weren't any further problems, it would be agreeable to a dismissal with the payment of costs, but he also has the resisting arrest, which we would not forgive. We would need to
So that will have to be handled legally. They're agreeable to dismissing the domestic violence complaint against you, but you have to, something's going to have to resolve other than a dismissal of the resisting arrest. So just come back in about a month, because that's about the time you're going to finish with your counseling. So I think it's at the 18th.
Yes, sir. 8th or 15th, whatever the 18th would be.
I'm sorry, what dates did you say?
Butch had the 8th and 15th, but I could,
How about the 18th?
Yeah,
That's the day you're supposed to finish.
perfect, we can.
Okay, so do that. March the 18th, he should be finished with his counseling by then, and then we'll figure out how we're going to handle the resisting arrest.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Keep up what you're doing, sir.
Thank you. He's done great.
Good.
Good.
State of Ohio versus John D. McCoy, case number CRA 233971 A and B, CRB 22426, CRB 2697. John D. McCoy.
Mr. Morford's case, John McCoy.
Judge, Mr. Morford's notes indicates he missed on 126. He was at a funeral. He was going to bring obituary or member's card today showing why he wasn't on the 26th.
And he's got a felony, so,
And I know Mr. McCoy, I've not seen him. I'm familiar with him.
well, we probably should wait till after 10.
Well, yes, we're a few minutes ahead.
All right, we'll recall this after 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
This before 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Stephen R. Scott, case number TRC 2489.
Stephen Scott is Mr. Morford's case for pretrial.
Judge, discovery's been filed. There is a flash drive in Mr. Morford's file, but I'm not sure how far along. Did you meet Mr. Morford? Look at the video. What did you say? Have you met Mr. Morford? Looked at the video. Well, apparently he has met with his client, looked at the video.
This, I think, is the second offense. It looks like.
It's alleged to be, yes, Judge, one in 2022.
Okay, so it looks like we'll just have to continue.
If we could, Judge, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing a plea, just having met Mr. Scott.
March 8th.
That'll work, Judge, yes.
March the 8th will be the next hearing for a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus William T. Green, case number, Mr. Stratton's case. Case number TRC 23715 A, B, and C, CRB 23686.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial, William Green.
Green.
Is this Mr. Green?
William Green.
Okay. I guess he's not here. It's set for 10, Your Honor. I don't know.
We'll recall it. It's like 4 minutes till, so
Yeah,
we'll recall it after 10 o'clock.
Sorry, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Brandon S. Scragg, case number CRB 21524, TRC 2715.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. He's at Lawrence County Recovery. Well, it's troubling report in that I'm not sure that Mr. Scragg is really wanting to make much of a change, from what I read.
Well, may I say something, Your Honor?
Probably should direct it to your lawyer.
Your Honor, I'll allow him to address the court.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever I first went to Lawrence County Jail, I was in there for about 10 days. When I got out, I still tested positive for it, which is crazy because I don't think it's supposed to stay in your system that long. And it continued to test positive, and my levels went down, but I think it was the 24th, it went down to like 200 and something, and then the next time they tested it, it went up to 700, which I've been stuck at Lawrence County Recovery, and then that same time frame, I had been testing negative as well on different screenings.
Well, I take it because you re-entered the program and you're in sober living, that he's gonna be there a while, so time's gonna tell, you know. We're gonna watch you for a while and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, right now, it causes me a little bit of concern.
I understand.
But if you can dispel that concern by showing me good work coming forward and good results on your screens going forward, we'll see.
He seems to have a positive attitude about it today, Your Honor.
Okay, let's come back in about a month and see where you are then.
Okay.
March 8th, Mr. Stroud?
Is that a Monday, Your Honor? Friday, that's fine, yes. Just over the next 4 weeks, I have a bunch of trials scheduled. So.
Okay, I understand. March the 8th will be the next hearing.
Thank you.
10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
See, you might give me a better report in a month.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Balco, case number PRC 24144, A and B.
She's on teleconference. Mr. Steyer, our attorney, he's present. This is the first pre-trial.
Your Honor, Ms. Balco contacted me earlier in the week, said she was ill. I contacted you and Mr. Heald and arranged for her to appear by video. I filed and received discovery. I haven't had a chance to go over it yet, so I'm going to ask for continuance to a date convenient to the court. I'm not sure. I don't think offhand I have any days that are unavailable in the immediate future. I don't know how far out the court's looking to go, though, right now.
How about March 4th?
I'm actually on the docket, so that's a good day for me, Your Honor.
All right, March the 4th will be the next hearing. It'll be a pre-trial at 10 a.m. Did you hear that, Ms. Balco? Okay, you're muted.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you talking, but it didn't come through. So anyway, hopefully you will be better by then and can appear in person at the next hearing, March 4th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Amber Sloan, case number CRB 2415.
Amber Sloan is Mr. Steyer's case set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, based on pretrial discussions and having reviewed the video in this matter, Ms. Sloan is prepared to enter a guilty plea at this time. The state and the defense are presenting a agreed-to recommendation of 10 days in jail suspended, $100 fine, 30 hours community service, 2 years probation at the level the court deems appropriate, and an order to stay out of Walmart.
All right, is that correct, Ms. Sloan?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any statement you want to make to the court?
No, sir.
All right, I want you to go do a urine screen before I sentence you. That's the usual practice, and I'm picking on you. Everybody that pleads to shoplifting at Walmart, I make them do a urine screen because about 80% test dirty, I would estimate. So if you do a urine screen, you come back and decide what your sentence should be.
No, it can. Are you going to help with that?
State of Ohio versus Gregory Wiley, case number CRA 20624. Gregory Wiley.
This is Mr. Steyer's case. It's set as a preliminary hearing. He has been at OVP.
Is Bree here?
Gregory Wilder, come into court.
Your Honor, he isn't present today, but he is compliant with services at OVP.
He's doing outpatient now?
Yes. He's only had a couple of appointments because he just got discharged on the 26th of January, but
Okay.
we can try to reach out to him to get him over here.
Your Honor, considering that he's compliant with treatment, I think I'd like to ask to continue this matter briefly and attempt to get him in here rather than just immediately go to a warrant.
Mr. Hill?
Well, seeing as how he is compliant at this point, we're not opposed to a short continuance.
Okay.
It's a time waiver.
Yeah, obviously, we would waive time to accommodate that.
Let's see. Makes sense. A week, the 16th, are you available then?
I should be. Give me 1 second to make certain. I am available.
Okay, at defendant's request, case is continued to February 16th for another preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll try to get a hold of him.
I don't have a number for him on my phone.
He went to Farmington City Commission because he was supposed to be getting an appointment.
I know who we're talking about now. Okay, I didn't make that connection. So, okay, I'll see.
I'll do my best to get hold of him.
I'll try the vision as well.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio recalls William T. Green, case number CRB 23686, CRB 23692, TRC 231715, A, B, and C.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, we still need a request to discovery, get the discovery in the case, and so we just asked this to be set for another pretrial. If possible, maybe on that March 8th. That seems like a good day after all my trials are done.
All right, defendant's request, case is continued to March 8th for another pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Let's go, man.
State of Ohio recalls John D. McCoy, case number CRA 233971, A and B, and CRB 22426, CRB 2697. John D. McCoy.
Okay, this is actually Mr. Morford's case. Mr. Smith is standing in for him.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is a felony and some old misdemeanors. Mr. McCoy's been called, has not appeared. And it looks like, from my notes, he failed to appear at the last hearing.
He did, Judge. Mr. Morford's notes indicate he called, was at a funeral. Mr. Morford told him to bring proof that he was at a funeral today, but I know Mr. McCoy. I've not seen him this morning so far.
No, he lives with Bethesda, and I have reached out to his previous counsel to see if we could get a hold of him. We haven't tried over him yet.
Okay. What's the state's pleasure on this?
Your Honor, back just a few days ago, on January 26th, he didn't appear. And they said he was at a funeral. They also said he completed treatment. I would say to issue a bench warrant in 7 days if he hasn't appeared.
All right, the warrant issued in 7 days if Mr. McCoy doesn't appear in that time frame.
I'll let Mr. Morford know, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Darren L. Korn II, case number CRB 23761.
Darren Korn is also Mr. Morford's case. It's now about 9 minutes after 10. And Mr. Corner's been called for, he's not appeared.
Judge, if for warrant issues, I would ask it be held for 7 days to give Mr. Morford a chance to try to contact his client.
Mr. Hill,
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor.
the warrant issued in 7 days if he hasn't appeared.
State of Ohio versus Ally Caitlin Hankins, case number CRB 2438. Your Honor, Tyler Smith may not be here at the court yet. He is not.
Okay. All right, ma'am, your lawyer's not here yet, so we'll recall it once he arrives. Just have a seat, we'll recall.
State of Ohio versus Tyler D. Adams, case number TRC 231866, A, B, and C.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Hope, you're going to be representing Mr. Adams?
Correct.
Set for a pretrial today.
I don't know whether they have earlier. I mean, it's the minute and a half before they stop.
It's 23-1866.
Your Honor, we just received discovery recently, and there's one issue I just was quickly discussing with Mr. Hill that he and I may hopefully be able to work out regarding discovery. So we would ask that there be another pretrial, and we would waive time constraints during that period. Mr. Adams is getting ready, he's in the Sheet Metal Workers Union. He's getting ready to start at least 8 weeks of 7/12s. So I ask that he be able to attend by phone, if possible.
Can you do teleconference? Or?
Yes, if that's okay, Your Honor.
I don't have a problem for the initial hearings. So what time frame we can go out a month if you want for the next?
That'll work, Your Honor.
Approximately a month. What's your schedule when around the 8th or 11th of March?
I could do,
Actually, the 8th is better. 8th,
okay, we can do the 8th.
The 8th?
Yes.
March 8th is the next pretrial at 10 o'clock.
And Your Honor, I have proof of insurance. It wasn't, on the ticket, it wasn't noted. I can show that today.
Yeah, okay, let's see it.
And Mr. Adams has
It's
also.
there's one on one side and one on the other side. I have two different vehicles on it.
Also, he has completed the score and issued the court wants proof of that.
Well, this one,
There's two separate vehicles on there.
Yeah,
these aren't effective till March 23rd, 24th.
I just got that in the mail.
Oh,
Yeah.
You have to get the old one then.
Okay, that's fine too. I just opened that in the mail and got it, so I
You
didn't.
have to go get contact with your insurance, get the old one.
I need the one that's effective the date of the citation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just email it to me
Which
and
is December
I'll
23rd.
bring it, Your Honor. Just email it to me. You got my email?
Next hearing's March the 8th, 10 o'clock.
I got your number.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus James Eastman, case number TRC 231864, A, B, and C. James Eastman.
All right, James Eastman is set today for a pretrial. He indicated the last pretrial he was going to hire a lawyer. No lawyers entered an appearance for him. And Mr. Eastman hasn't appeared today, so he signed a wire bond. So there'll be a bench warrant for failure to appear today.
State of Ohio versus Sean D. White, case number CRA 2454, CRB 2488, and CRB 06471A. Sean D. White. Did not check in here.
Okay. The and he's not in the jail? He had an extradition, maybe he was picked up. He had an extradition to Kentucky. And the order was that they had until today at 8 a.m. to 59.
He is not in the jail, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'll dismiss 2454, which is the extradition, but he's got other cases here. And he has a bond up he just posted recently. He was given an OR bond last hearing, it looks like. So I'll just go ahead and issue a warrant for him, failure here, no bond forfeiture. Yeah, well, December 23rd, that's what today.
11/21/23 is the date.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Amber Sloan, case number CRB 2415.
Okay, it's an acceptable screen, so I'll go ahead and do the sentencing. Is there anything you want to say now?
No.
Case number is 2415. Yeah, I'll pose a $100 fine. Isn't that supposed to be G? Okay. $100 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail suspended, order to stay out of Walmart's, do 5 days community service, 30 hours of community service. Review here is August the 9th of 24, so you got all summer to get the community service done.
I heard August, but I didn't get the date, Your Honor.
August 9th. 9 a.m. You have to come back to court if you don't have things finished, but get it done, you don't have to come back for the review. You meet with your probation officer, Mr. Major, and then you're free to go. He's out in the lobby.
Thank you.
You also need to file for the guy that's on the door, so
State of Ohio versus Danny Blankenship, case number PRD 192357.
All right, sir, you're Danny Blankenship? Yes, sir. Mr. Blankenship, it's alleged you failed to appear for a review hearing June 24th of 20, and it was on a conviction for driving under suspension. Got a warrant, looks like you got arrested recently, and you posted a bond to get out of jail. Is that correct? Do you admit or deny you missed your review hearing?
Your Honor, can I say, when I was in here, I did miss the review, but I didn't know about it. I've been on supervised probation with you all for the last 3 years and was just released at the beginning of the year early for being in compliance completely.
From this court?
From the state of Ohio, yes, sir.
Oh. Well, I don't know if another court released you, but this court didn't release you.
And then I did contact over here to, I got my driver's license back, so I called and, I mean, I've tried to get everything. I've got all my fines, but I didn't even realize I had a warrant for my arrest.
Well, from what I'm looking at, you had a conviction December the 9th, 2019 for driving under suspension with a fine of $150, court costs, and 3 days community service. A turn signal violation was $10, and a failure to display registration, and you didn't get a fine on that. And you had a review hearing on June the 8th of 20. You didn't show up for the review hearing, and you didn't do anything on your case. I mean, you never paid a nickel on it, you never did any of the community service. Is that right?
I get, yes.
Okay. Well, what we're gonna do now is, now you got a bond up with Mr. Sowers for $2,500. So, if you don't come to court, he's on the hook for $2,500.
Yes, sir.
He does not, he's very tight. Do you know Mr. Sowers personally?
No, Your Honor.
No. He would squeeze a nickel,
Well,
get a penny out. So he's not gonna voluntarily pay $2,500. He will come track you down to the ends of the earth before he'll forfeit $2,500. So you have to come to court now unless you want this guy tracking you like a hound dog everywhere.
I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, I understand that, you know.
So you gotta do this,
Yes, sir.
okay? So I'll set you for another sentencing hearing in about a month. So you gotta work on this. So you got 3 days community service. You can do community service now. It used to be only 6 days a week. Now we have it 7 days a week. Because you can go to the dog pound in Ironton and work on Sundays, but you can't just show up. You gotta make arrangements to do it.
At the dog pound?
Dog pound, or you can be here any other day, Monday through Saturday at 7:30 on the west side of the building to do community service.
So just, okay.
You can just show up then. Just show up on a Monday through Saturday, 7:30. Or if you want to do it on Sunday, you gotta call in advance because they only have so many slots. And you just can't appear there. So you understand what you need to do? You got 3 days. 3 days over the next 30 days to get that done.
I got you.
And you got total fines and costs of $395.
Okay.
So you can pay that, or I'll let you work it if you get $50 a day credit. If you can't pay, you work extra community service toward your fines. So let's set it for March the 11th. So that's a little more than a month. March the 11th, write that down, yeah, right there. March the 11th, and it'll be at 10 a.m. because it's going to be on the sentencing docket because you have a bond up now.
And $395?
$395.
$395 in 3 days, right?
Yes, sir.
And if I get all that completed, is this completed?
Yes, sir. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus William Price, case number CRA 23703, CRB 23704.
All right, this is Mr. Stratton's case. It's preliminary hearing and pre-trial.
Your Honor, we have a letter here from Shawnee Mental Health.
Okay.
That's good. That approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay, sounds like he needs to get in for his counseling sessions. He's doing some sort of MAT, it sounds like, and he's doing that, but he hasn't, he's missed some appointments for counseling, I think.
I guess I read it too quick there, Your Honor.
Here's the sentence. He's been compliant with appointments and pharmacological treatment recommendations since his first appointment with the clinician. However, he has not been engaging in counseling services.
Okay.
But this is what we're agreeing on right now. It's working.
It doesn't say what dates he missed, but I'm taking that he's missed some appointments.
No, I haven't, sir.
Well, you need to talk with Miss Kelly then. She's the one that wrote this letter.
But this is what we agreed that I need. And I'm not doing the therapy because this is what the medicine and all is working.
I think there might be a miscommunication between him and
Yeah.
the Kelly lady, so.
You need to get that straightened out.
Yeah, he'll review with her the letter and then have a discussion with her, okay, see why she put that on.
All right, come back in another month,
Yes, Your Honor.
March 8th.
Yeah, that's a good day.
March the 8th. We'll need another letter then from saying what you're doing on your counseling. March the 8th, 10 o'clock.
Hold that letter with her, because I'm sure you didn't see the letter, did you?
No.
No, of course, it was sealed, so, okay. All right, you're good.
State of Ohio versus Ellie Caitlin Hankins, case number CRB 2438.
All right, this is Tyler Smith's case. Set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, I've received the discovery on this. I'd like to have the opportunity to go over it with my client before we do anything else. If we can set this maybe another hearing date.
Okay, how about March 4th?
Okay, thank you.
That works?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 4th. March 4th will be the next hearing for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Michael H. Tracy, case number CRB 23548. Michael H. Tracy.
Mr. Tyler Smith's case, pre-trial. The costs have been paid. My notes were, Mr. Tracy is here.
Yes.
And the costs were paid, and there was no further problems. The city would be willing to dismiss this.
And that was our agreement, and we have spoken with the alleged victim here in the last couple of days, and she says there's been absolutely no contact, so that means no problems. So we're okay with the dismissal with the payment of costs.
And he has paid that, so your case is dismissed, Mr. Tracy, you're free to go.
Your Honor, I am going to prepare, there is an item that the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department still has. It's a 380 handgun.
Yeah,
Handgun.
380 Thunder handgun.
See, you'd like to have that returned now that the case is being dismissed.
And is my record expunged or is all that still on there?
I didn't understand what he said.
He would, I'll discuss it with him. But he was asking about expungement, but I'll talk to him about how that goes.
Any objection to the weapon being returned?
No, Your Honor.
Prepare, agreed entry, and I'll execute it.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir.
State of Ohio versus Brian A. Massey, case number CRA 23765.
Brian Massey is Mr. Smith's case.
Your Honor, he was supposed to do a drug screen here today to see if his urine was clear yet or not. I don't believe he has done his screen yet, though.
All right, we'll have that completed and then come back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Preliminary hearing.
State of Ohio versus Nathan C. Beaver, case number CRA 21257. Mr. Steyer.
Mr. Stiers case for preliminary hearing. My notes were hometown recovery.
OVP, he says.
OVP.
And
Just a minute, it's here.
It's not in the courtroom. Just a moment to get her into the courtroom. Jacob Beaver. He says he has. You've gone.
Yeah, I'm through OPG and Gal Plus.
Which one are you being seen at? I'm sorry.
Gal
Gal Plus.
Let's take a break and let her look
Yeah,
for that.
just
You need
let her
to
get-
talk with him too, or?
Yeah, I'll talk to him real quick.
All right, we'll recall this later in the night.
Go there. Right now.
State of Ohio versus Devin Stapleton, case number CRB 23494A and B, CRA 23491. Devin Stapleton.
I don't think Mr. Stapleton's here, Your Honor, but I also am not sure that it's really necessary that he be here for what we have today. I'll leave that obviously to your discretion. May we approach for a second?
Yes. He is here.
Well, I haven't seen anything today, so he is here, so just come on. Just stand here at the table, Devin.
All right, March the 8th, Mr. Stiers.
I believe we already set something that day, so let me make certain, but I think that day works. It does.
All right, there's some other legal matters being worked on for Mr. Stapleton in another court, so we're kind of waiting on that to conclude. So we'll come back in another month. March the 8th will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock.
There you go. Thank you. See you then.
State of Ohio versus Sarah Osborne, case number CRB 23164A and B. Sarah Osborne.
This was Mr. Morford's case. We're going to need Roger Smith. My notes were there was some sort of hearing yesterday that involved this case.
There was, Judge, I just happened to be there, but I don't know the result of the hearing. What happened yesterday?
We just discussed, like, everything that had been going on. I had gotten housing, I have a job, and I have daycare set up for my kids. We are extending visits to overnights, and then next week we're starting weekends, and my next court date is the 27th.
Of this month?
Yes. The current foster home that they are in, they are no longer fostering on the 28th, so the goal is to have them back into my home before then.
Okay.
Mr. Morph is available the 4th of March, Judge, if that's a good date after.
Mr. Hill?
We're not opposed to that.
The 4th or the 8th, he's available either day.
We'll set it for the 4th. All right.
Okay.
This next hearing for you, ma'am, will be March the 4th. Good luck with things with your children. Okay. March the 4th will be the next hearing.
Thank you.
Judge.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Carmen, case number TRC 22-2038, A and B. Stephen Carmen.
Mr. Stratton's case set for sentencing today.
Yeah, Your Honor, we had not so good report last time. Supposed to have a good report this time, but he's not here, so.
I have a note where he had paid some money towards signing up for the dip school January 18th. I don't know if you, I don't have anything showing that he completed. Looks like he just paid a deposit. He has a bond though.
With Mr. Sowards?
Yes.
Okay. I'll text Mr. Sowards, and maybe you gonna issue a warrant today or wait 7 days?
He likes to have the warrant issued immediately.
Okay. I text Mr. Sowards. So.
I'm going to send it to him too. So we'll need to set a bond forfeiture.
Yeah.
Let's make it March 1st. Bond forfeiture March 1st.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Your Honor.
This is Mr. Carmen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I was doing the cross screen.
I'll read, okay.
Okay.
I didn't know he told me that.
Did you get a,
Cancel that.
yeah, did you get a screen?
Yes, I did. I got it. It's clear.
Great.
I've been non-compliant ever since I left here last time. Just getting raised. And also, of course, I done that. That's
Yes. Did Mended Reeds not give you a letter?
They were supposed to be in here.
Mended Reeds? Did you have a letter?
No, he's not, I don't see him.
Yeah, I thought we,
He's supposed to be in here.
You want to try to get a report?
yes. Yeah, let's,
All right, we'll recall this. I've called off Mr. Sowards on the here. Let's get a report. We'll recall it.
no, just 5 minutes. No, not even that, a couple minutes.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Brian Massey, case number CRA 23765. Brian Massey.
And this is Mr. Smith's case.
Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith. Need Tyler Smith in the courtroom. Okay, I have the report. Is there a, you want to see it? I don't know if there's a prescription for the one.
There is not, and that was the issue last week, Your Honor. I did speak with his counselor, and his counselor was recommending that he do inpatient to be able to stop taking the benzos. And Mr. Massey said that he hadn't taken any, but it should have definitely been out of his system by now. So Judge Cremines gave him 1 more week to get it out of his system, and it's still in there, so.
And I see that there was an order issued on December 26th of last year that he go to inpatient. Then, did that happen, or?
Well, we wound up allowing him to try outpatient first, and then it was said that if he couldn't pass his screen, he would go to inpatient, but then he was claiming that they were just in his system, because they can stay in your system for up to like 30 days. But they should well be out of there by now, so. But we have a bed available for him at OVP today.
How do you want to proceed, Mr. Smith?
Get dismissed, you'll have to acknowledge when you get it.
Want to take some time to discuss it?
Yeah, if you want to let us talk to him, and then we'll.
Let's recall this later. We'll recall it later in docket after he's had a chance to talk with counsel and treatment.
State of Ohio versus Vilma Gurgley, case number PRC 23-1297, A, B, C, and D. Vilma Gurgley.
Mr. Steyer's case set for sentencing.
You have just a moment to speak to Mr. Hill.
Sure.
Did we approach briefly?
Yes. All right, it's my understanding, he's already entered a plea, the state's willing to recommend a sentence in line more with first offense standards, which means no jail time, because of her successful completion of extensive counseling. Is that
That's correct, Your Honor.
And waive the driver intervention program.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Steyer, do you have anything you wish to say on this issue of sentencing?
Your Honor, I don't. I think we covered that through discussions at bench and the letter.
All right, Ms. Gargley, you have a right to make a statement if you wish to the court. Do you have anything you wish to say?
No.
Okay. Well, congratulations on doing well in treatment and finishing that, so that's important.
Thank you.
Especially if going forward, to adjust some of your behavior and not come back to court anymore on this. And the other thing I want to caution you about is that this is going to go I'm going to treat it like a first. I'm not going to give you jail time because of what you've done with your counseling. But it is going to go on your record, and that record is not one that can be expunged, so it stays there. And if you get another one of these, another court is going to probably consider it a third offense, and that really ups the ante on what the sentence could be. So, for instance, in West Virginia, which obviously a lot of us that live in this area drive in West Virginia, if you got one there, it was a third offense, and if they treat it like they're supposed to under the statute, it's a felony. And what does that mean? You can go to prison on a third offense in West Virginia. In Ohio, it's not a felony yet. If you had a fourth one, it would be a felony, but a third in Ohio is punishable by up to a year in jail. And the absolute minimum is supposed to be 1 month in jail on a third offense. So I'm just giving you that warning so that you understand. If you get another one, you could jump from no jail time to really substantial amount of jail time because of your record. You understand that?
Yes.
And you still want to go with this plea that you've entered?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is a first. The thing is a first, but I'm going to give you more than I would on a typical first, but it's not your true first, but I'm not going to give you jail time. That's the thing. I'm going to give you suspended jail time. I'm not going to give you actual jail time.
Okay.
So if you mess up, I can give you jail time too,
Yeah.
as long as you're on probation.
Right.
So I'm going to give you a $400 fine, so that's near the minimum because of your treatment. I'm going to order you to pay the court costs. I'm going to suspend your license for 6 months. And that started the day of the offense. So your suspension is almost up. It'll go basically through the rest of this month. But it doesn't automatically get reinstated. So you have to contact, and you have an Ohio license?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
I have to change it.
All right. Well, if you're going to change to another state, you need to clear up the Ohio problem first, which means you've got to contact the Ohio BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles. That's who issues license. And they're going to want you to at least pay a reinstatement fee, maybe show proof of insurance. You got to jump through their hoops to get your license back. Then if you want to transfer to another state, then you'll be able to transfer. But as long as you're showing suspended or not reinstated in Ohio, you shouldn't be able to get a license in another state. So you got to clear this up. Just don't ignore it. It won't automatically get fixed.
Right. Does it have to be where I got my license, like the town or any?
No, you can
You just go to DMV anywhere.
Oh, okay.
In the state. Where do you live?
Kentucky.
Okay.
She's moved over to Ashland.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a BMV office in Ironton, Ohio BMV office.
Okay.
You're supposed to be able to walk in there now, and they'll help you, walk you through the steps you need to get reinstated. So you don't have to, used to you had to call Columbus, but you can never get them to answer the phone because their lines are always busy. So you're supposedly now can walk into the local office, and they're supposed to help you get that done. So do that. Don't ignore it.
Right.
Okay? 20 days in jail, and I'm going to suspend all 20 days on the conditions you do the other stuff I'm telling you have to do. One of which is 5 days. Well, let's make it more since you've had a prior. I'm going to make it 40 hours of community service instead of 30. So I'm giving you 10 extra hours of community service.
Okay.
So that's 6.5, 7 days of community service.
Okay.
I'm going to not require her to go to the driver intervention program because you did the extensive counseling. The 3-day program is just counseling for 3 days. You've already done a lot more than that. So, you're going to have a review hearing on August the 9th. So you've got all summer just about to get everything finished before you have to come back to court. You've got to come back to court if you haven't finished. If you finish everything, you don't even have to come on August 9th. If you have stuff like I have somebody today, did very little on their case, and they did bring some proof of community service for their first hearing. But if you blow it off and don't show up, and you're going to get a warrant, you're going to wind up going to jail. So that's a way you could go to jail on this case. If you don't take care of things and don't come to your hearing, you are going to go to jail. I'll give you a permit. You do have insurance, so I'll give you a permit to drive for work, community service, to go to counseling, any additional counseling you do, and to come back to court during the time of your suspension. But your suspension is going to be out pretty soon, so you can't rely on that after your suspension's up. You got to get reinstated.
Right.
Okay, you're on probation for 2 years, so you're going to, or until you finish it. On the,
So you just can't drive.
well, I can't give her a permit.
I'm sorry?
I can't give her a permit, because she had a failure to reinstate. She was charged with failure to reinstate her driving permit, so take out the part about permit, she can't get that. I'll give you a permit if you go get reinstated, but you're going to have to get reinstated before I can give you a permit.
Okay.
And you have to do it with a liar.
I think they still have my license.
That's probably been taken to the DMV, or sent to the,
You just need to get with the
DMV to get a new card made.
Oh, okay.
And they probably won't do that until you're, well, what I'm telling you is they won't do that until your suspension is up.
Okay.
If you go in there and ask to get one, what they might do is give you an ID, and if they do that, you're gonna take the whole driving test again. So you might be better off just saying, hey, I'm gonna, because it's only 3 weeks or so till the 2nd. Just don't drive for a few weeks, and then go pay all your reinstatements and get your license for real.
Okay, on the failure to reinstate your privileges, I'll impose a $50 fine. You had a safety belt violation, that's a mandatory $30 fine. And you had a lane violation, I'll make that a $10 fine. So you need to meet with Mr. Major, your probation officer. He's out in the lobby or on the left side of his office, left side of the lobby. You got to meet with him, get your paperwork, then you're free to go. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Douglas Claxton, case number TRD 231663.
All right, Mr. Paxson, I gave you some time to try to get your license back, right?
Yeah.
Have you been able to do that?
Yep.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
I need to see, I just don't understand what you said.
And then here's my driver.
Okay. Okay, it does look like it says operators reinstated, notified Frankfurt, so I'll accept that as proof that you are reinstated. Yeah, probably should put that. So what caused you to be suspended?
They said it was a bail bondsman fee, which I guess, and you have to be bonded out or something. You never need that, so I don't know how that came about from an old case from 2018 or something.
All right, since you've reinstated, I'll go ahead and dismiss it. So just get your paperwork back from Mr. Cooper after he copies it for our file and case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are. You go ahead and have a seat, he'll bring it out for you.
State of Ohio recalls Brian A. Massey, case number CRA 23765. Brian Massey.
This is Mr. Tyler Smith's case set for preliminary hearing.
Yes, sir. We did speak to Mr. Massey. He is going to go to inpatient. I believe they have a bed today, so, and that's a 30-day program, so I assume maybe we come back after the 30 days.
All right, I think that's a smart choice because you can still get your case dismissed here if you're successful. I don't think you would want to go to the grand jury and get an indictment, which would be probably what would have happened if you refused to go. So let's come back. Maybe March the 4th, we should know how things are going by then.
That's fine,
It's
Your Honor.
about ready to complete. So March the 4th will be the next hearing. Preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Stephen Carmen, case number TRC 22-2038, A and B.
Your Honor, they did not send over, well, they, I guess in the process of sending over a letter, there was nothing on the fax machine, but Mr. Peters is on the,
Oh, okay. Yes. All right, Mr. Peters from Mended Reeds is here, so can you unmute and give us a statement as to Mr. Carmen's status with Mended Reeds?
Yes, Your Honor. So over the past couple weeks, Mr. Carmen has made a lot of progress in treatment. Has been more open to our help. He's been attending all of his sessions, and to my knowledge, has attended all of our screenings up to this point in the past couple weeks.
Okay, very good, thank you. But he's not, sounds like he's not completed then?
I believe when I spoke with his counselor the other day, he should be eligible for completion. I believe he has 3 more weeks before completion.
Okay. I'm assuming the state would like to see him totally complete before
Yes,
we
Your Honor.
finish this. So, March the 8th, I think you're already here that day, Mr. Sheridan?
yes, Your Honor.
Let's come back then, and hopefully we can wind this up then.
All right, March 8th.
March the 8th, percent.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Buddy L. Hardy, case number TRC 23-532, A, B, C, and D, CRB 23-287, CRB 22-600, CRC 1870, CRA 1864.
Mr. Steyer's case, it's on the sentencing document.
May I approach, Your Honor? May I approach?
Yes.
Got a gentleman over here. Earlier, there's just one spot there, if I speak, it just amplifies. Earlier in the week, the date is kind of up in the upper corner of this paperwork. He had some teeth extracted, so he's got some open wounds in his mouth right now, and of course his foot is still an issue. We would like to ask to come back again a little bit further down the road to see what his situation on his foot is. I think we recognize this is going to eventually result in some jail time, but I just wanted to be safe in there when we're in, and he has attended faithfully while we've been tracking these issues.
March the 8th?
That'd be fine, Your Honor. So write that down, please.
March the 8th for sentencing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Excellent.
Thank you.
I guess I need that paper back. Can I get it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you make a copy?
I can make a copy for the file if necessary, Your Honor.
I guess you need one too.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Just wait out there, I'll get it up. I didn't realize that was the only copy.
State of Ohio versus Brian K. Stapleton, case number CRB 23-593, CRB 22-573, TRD 23-983, A and B.
Judge, I'm looking at Mr. Morford's notes, this was on a 90-day continuance. Would be dismissed if there were no further problems and the defendant paid court costs. He's indicated he has not been able to pay the court costs yet, so I don't know if we need to come back or, it's Mr. Morford's case. Perhaps one more time he can get the court costs together.
And what were the dates he's available in March?
He's here the 4th, the 8th, the 15th, or the 18th. Can he pay it today? Well, apparently somebody in the back says he can pay it today.
Okay, it'll be dismissed. Now, he has other cases, so.
Okay. I just have the one file, Judge. I didn't know he had other cases.
Well, these others are cases he's already been convicted of, so we'll set review hearings on them.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'll set the old cases for review on March the 8th. And this new case, which is 23-593, will be dismissed on paying the court costs.
March 8th.
So that's going to be done today. So he still has to come back March the 8th at 9 o'clock.
Yes,
for
sir.
review on his old case.
He's going to write that down there. March 8th. To see if he can do it on the old case.
State of Ohio versus Justin Nose, case number TRC 24-100 A and B.
Mr. Steyer, we need Mr. Steyer in the courtroom.
State of Ohio recalls Nathan C. Beaver, case number CRA 21257.
Yeah, it's right here. It's back here.
So he is currently a patient at our Gallipolis office, and he is compliant with all treatment services.
Thank you for that report. So you want to continue monitoring this, and how do you want to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I would assume that at this point, the state and the court would probably like to continue this on for a period of time to see how things are going. And it's our desire to keep the matter here rather than going on to the grand jury, so we're willing to waive time constraints to accomplish that.
Okay. Mondays or Fridays?
Is Monday or Friday better for you?
Fridays.
March 22nd?
We make certain, but I don't think that should be a problem. Oh, Your Honor, I actually have a jury trial that day.
About the 29th.
29th, I'm available.
March 29th, continue on with your treatment, Mr. Beaver, and we'll get a report then, hopefully that you're still doing well. March 29th.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you,
Good
Your Honor.
work, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Catherine Brown, that's case number CRA 2467. At the Lawrence County Jail. Carrie Copley is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Catherine Brown? Ms. Brown, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say is on the record and can be used against you by the state. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have one appointed if you can't afford an attorney, to have bail, and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
So the charge you have filed against you is trafficking in drugs, and it's alleged on February the 7th of this year in Perry Township, you prepared for shipment, shipped, transported, or delivered methamphetamine, which is a controlled substance, and you had in your possession more than 5 times the bulk amount. So that makes this a felony of the 2nd degree. And the maximum penalty for that is 8 years in jail and a $15,000 fine if you're convicted. Do you understand the charge, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
Do you have any income at all?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Smith, I'm going to appoint you to represent Ms. Brown. State's position on bond.
Your Honor, the state would request a $10,000 cash surety bond.
Judge, if I may call down to the jail and speak with her about bond, maybe have it recalled.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set it at $10,000. If you want me to reconsider that, I'll do it later in the docket. So it's going to be $10,000 cash or surety unless I change that later. Let you call and talk to her. When did you come into the jail, ma'am? On the 7th?
Yes, sir.
I'm here next Friday, Judge. It'll be 9 days.
Yeah, it would be within time.
Yes.
If we did it on the 7th. Yes. The 16th.
16th, yes, sir. I'm available.
That'll be 16th. February 16th will be the next hearing for preliminary at 10 o'clock. We'll go ahead and close call.
Please, Judge.
All right, Ms. Brown, your attorney's going to call down and talk to you
Okay.
here shortly, within the next few minutes.
Okay.
That's all.
State of Ohio versus Carrie Copley, case number CRA 2466, A, B, and C. Ronald Ferguson is on deck.
Must be handy to have such a thing.
And ma'am, are you Carrie Copley?
Yes, sir.
And I think you know Ms. Copley, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. What you do say, if you make a statement, it's on the record. It could be used against you. If you admit something about your case that helps the state prove your guilt, they can use that against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You've got 2 charges filed against you. Did you, well, first of all, do you understand those rights I explained?
Yes, sir.
Both are aggravated trafficking and drug charges, 2466 A and AB, and well, the C case is just trafficking drugs. So the A and B are aggravated trafficking. So A case, 66A, alleges that at Perry Township on February the 7th of this year, you knowingly shipped, prepared for shipment, or distributed methamphetamine in an amount more than 5 times the bulk amount, and that you knew or had reason to know it was a controlled substance. That's a felony 2, maximum penalty is 8 years in jail, $15,000 fine. 66B charge alleges that on February 7th in Perry Township, you prepared for shipment and distribution of fentanyl, which is a controlled substance, more than 5 grams. So that is aggravated trafficking. That's a felony 3. Maximum penalty is 5 years in jail, $10,000 fine. 66C is a trafficking in drugs. It alleges February 7th, you prepared for shipment or distributed cocaine, a Schedule II substance, more than 5 grams. So that's a felony 4, trafficking in drugs, maximum penalty 18 months in jail, $5,000 fine. So you've got those 3 charges. Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
We're looking into that.
Okay, do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer, or do you want me just to let you hire a lawyer?
You can do the court appointed for right now.
Do you have a job?
I do.
Where do you work?
I start in my house.
What do you do?
I work part-time, making like $42 an hour,
Okay, how many hours a week?
25.
Mr. Stier still here, or?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay. Is Tyler?
Yes.
I'll appoint Tyler Smith to represent you. So we're getting Mr. Smith in the courtroom so we can go forward.
Your Honor, he may have left.
Okay. I'll go ahead and appoint him. What's the state's position on bond?
State's requesting $100,000 cash surety bond.
And you want to give me the reasons for?
Arrest was a culmination of an investigation in which there will be additional charges forthcoming against Ms. Copley. The other 2 individuals, one of which has already been before the court this morning, was, in our estimation at this point, just more or less a passenger with Ms. Copley, who we believe was the primary offender here. So we believe that the $100,000 cash surety bond is appropriate.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $100,000 cash for surety. We'll let Mr. Smith know that he's going to be appointed to, or has been appointed to represent you. Your next hearing will be on the 16th of February for a preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello?
We'll be with you in just a minute, sir.
Okay. I can't hear anything.
All this is first.
Because nothing's happened, sir. Just hold your horses. I'll be with you.
Okay.
I'll finish up the last case.
State of Ohio versus Ronald Ferguson, case number CRB 2464. Cody Garrison is on deck.
All right, this is Ronald Ferguson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ferguson, I'm Judge Capper.
Yeah, we have more.
Okay. You've got a disorderly conduct charge, which is not a jailable offense. Minor.
Yeah, I've been in jail for 3 days.
Judge, if I might, this is Mr. Morford's case. It's set sometime in March on a sentencing on a first offense OVI, and
Is there a warrant on that, or?
not that I know of.
And everyone my treatment, you checked in, I brought you a report last time showing that
I'm going to dismiss it. I mean, you shouldn't be in jail 3 days on a minor misdemeanor, so the case is dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, God, thank you, Judge. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Cody Garrison, case number CRA 2468. Jeffrey Laughingwell is on deck.
Your Honor, if I may, we need to make an amendment to this complaint. We need to remove the to wit, which says to wit, 1 grams. We just need to eliminate that. That was a scrivener's error.
So totally strike that?
Yes, please.
Sir, are you Cody Garrison?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garrison, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statements today. If you do make statements, what you say is being recorded. It could be used against you if you admit something damaging to your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go over the charge with you just to make sure you understand what's been filed. It's an aggravated trafficking and drugs charge. 1 count. It alleges that February the 7th, 2024, in Perry Township, you did prepare for shipment or deliver fentanyl, a controlled substance, in an amount exceeding 5 grams. That's a felony of the 3rd degree. The maximum penalty is 5 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Yes. None of that was mine. None of 5 grams of it.
Do you understand the charge?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Sir, let me just caution you again. You have a right to remain silent, and I'm about to probably appoint a lawyer for you, or you can get a lawyer. And I know you're not a lawyer, but one of the things you need to understand, we're in open court. You're appearing in this courtroom on a television monitor just like you were here, and the things that you say here are on the record. That means they can be used against you at any time by the state who's here. There are attorneys here. If I appoint you a lawyer and you talk to your lawyer, the things you tell your lawyer are privileged. In other words, it can't be used against you. You can tell your lawyer anything, unless you say, I'm going to commit a future crime, and then that can be used against you. But for anything, your past acts, you can tell your lawyer anything, and it can't come out in public. But the things you say here on the record is on the record, and it is public. It can be used. So, with that caution, anything else you want to tell me?
I just, I know it wasn't mine. I don't know what to do.
Well, I would suggest getting a lawyer. Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yeah.
Do you have a job?
No.
Do you have any income at all?
No.
Okay. Mr. Scott, he takes cases in how, please?
I don't know.
He does.
Okay. I'm going to appoint Mr. Scott. Do we have his card? Or?
I do not, Your Honor. I can get his contact.
Okay, I'm going to appoint you a lawyer who's not in court today, but we'll contact him and let him know he's been appointed to represent you. What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Garrettson?
State recommends a $10,000 cash assurance bond.
Okay, I'm setting your bond at $10,000 cash or surety, which means you can use a bail bondsman to post it. I'm showing you're homeless, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm setting your next hearing in this court for 1 week from today, February the 16th, at 10 o'clock for preliminary hearing. We'll let Mr. Scott know he's going to be representing you. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. I'll probably see you, because your next hearing will be before me. I'll see you in a week, February the 16th. If you do get out on bond, you have to come to the court in Chesapeake. If you're still in custody, you don't have to worry about it. You'll either be transported or I'll see you by video conference like we're doing now. Okay,
All right.
that's all. I didn't put Scott, Rock and right. We'll need to get in touch with
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey A. Leffingwell, case number CRA 2469, CRB 2470.
Your Honor, there's also an amendment that needs to be made in this one.
Okay.
In the body of the complaint, we
Is this
listed
a co-defendant?
No, this is a different matter.
Good. Running out of lawyers.
We put the wrong name in the body of the complaint. It should say Jeffrey Allen Leffingwell, and it says another name in there.
Oh, says Gearhart.
Yes.
Strike that and replace it with Leffingwell.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, are you Jeffrey Allen Leffingwell?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is where your hearing's taking place, so you are appearing on a television screen in the courtroom. And that brings up your rights. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You're not required to, but if you do say things and you say something that helps the state, they can use that later in your case.
Correct, and I would like to exercise that right.
Okay. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bond, and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things? Yes. Okay. Do you want me to consider appointing you a lawyer?
Yes, because right now, I quit my job to help a friend take care of her dying father.
So you don't have any employment right now?
No, sir, not right now. After he passed, he's in hospice care. After he passed, I was going to go back to employment, correct?
Okay, what do you usually do when you're working?
Usually food. The food industry is normally what I'm into, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to take it from that, you probably don't have money saved to pay for a lawyer, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith to represent you. I don't think I went over the charge. The charge against you is having a weapon while under disability. And this alleges that on February the 8th, you were under a disability to have or carry or use a firearm, and that you've been convicted previously of a felony offense involving possession, sale, or administration of drugs. So this charge of having a weapon while under disability is a felony in the 3rd degree. The maximum penalty is 5 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. So that's the charge, Mr. Smith. Okay. There's also a misdemeanor charge filed. Okay, it is on there. 2470, it alleges that on February the 8th, you were the parent, guardian, or custodian of minor children, that you create a substantial risk to their health or safety by violating a duty of care, protection, or support. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. So, Mr. Smith is appointed to represent you. I'll set the hearing
I'm here next Friday, Judge, if
for
that's
next
within
Friday,
time.
February the 16th.
Yes.
Preliminary hearing and pretrial. What's the state's position on bond?
State would request a $10,000 cash surety bond.
Judge, if I might borrow the court file, I will call. I've still got to call on the other lady anyway. I'll call
All
the
right.
judge.
Your lawyers, Mr. Smith's going to call down and talk to you, Mr. Leffenwell. Right now, I'm saying your bond and $10,000 cash for surety, but I may reconsider that after he's talked to you. So he wants to talk to you, and
Thank you, Your Honor. I really appreciate that.
all right. So he'll call and talk to you over the phone, where everybody in the courtroom is not listening in, and then we'll decide if we need to recall the file after that.
I'll let you know, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's all for now. Mr. Smith will be calling in shortly.
Just one question, if you don't mind, Your Honor. Is that going to be reconsidered today if possible, or is that going to be for the next week?
It could be reconsidered today.
I'm going to call down and talk to you. In fact, if the jail can hold you out, I'm going to call in the next 30 seconds. If they can just keep you close to the phone, I'm going to call right now.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joseph R. Sherman, case number CRB 23248.
All right, you're Joseph Sherman.
Yes, sir.
And you had a review here, your review hearing was set for today. But are you in now on a new case, or why are you in jail now?
I have another case.
Okay. In common pleas, or where is it?
No, it's in big court.
Yeah, common pleas, across the street.
Yeah.
Have you been over there yet?
Yeah, I go back to 14.
Okay. Did they set a bond for you?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to continue your case here, because you're not going to get out regardless of what I do, because they have a holder on you. So I'm going to continue your case here until the 16th. So if they let you out on a bond, you don't have a holder from me. You have a holder from across the street from the common police court. So if they let you out, then you got to get to court in Chesapeake on your own on the 16th. That's next Friday. If they, of course, keep you in jail, then I'll see you just like this on teleconference.
Yes, sir.
You understand what you need to do?
Yes, sir.
If you're out, you got to come to court on the 16th. If you're in jail, they'll just bring you to the camera like we're doing today.
All right.
That's all.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Marcus Sloan, case number CRA 2465, A, B, and C.
And you're Marcus Sloan? I am Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. This is your arraignment hearing. So I'm going to go over the charges with you. You are appearing in court by television monitor. It's all being recorded. So you don't have to say anything today, but what you do say is on the record and can be used against you in your case if you admit something about the case. You have a right to have an attorney, represent you and be appointed to represent you without you paying their fees other than a small court cost. You have a right to have bail and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay, you've got 3 charges, 24, 65, A, B, and C. The A case is tampering with evidence. It alleges January the 5th of 2024 in Fayette Township, knowing there was an official proceeding or investigation in progress or instituted, concealed an item with the purpose to impair its availability as evidence. That's tampering with evidence is the charge. It's a felony of the 3rd degree. Maximum penalty is 5 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. Case number 2065B alleges that February 5th of this year in Fayette Township, you knowingly prepared for shipment, shipped, transported, or delivered cocaine, a Schedule II substance. That is a felony 4. Maximum penalty for that is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. 2465C is a possession of cocaine charge. It alleges February 5th of 2024 in Fayette Township, you knowingly were in possession of a controlled substance being cocaine in an amount more than 5 grams. So that's a felony 5, maximum 1 year in jail, $2,500 fine. So those are the 3 charges. Do you understand those charges?
Yes.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer? Are you working at a job?
My purpose, my response, so I can't really tell.
Do you have any money saved?
The purpose is located, my 3 knuckles.
Okay, do you have any money saved currently that you could hire a lawyer with?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. Steyer.
Roger Smith's on it, and he's on the phone with me.
Okay, your attorney's not here, but we'll notify him that he's been appointed to represent you. And you came into the jail, was it Monday, or when did you come into the jail? Tuesday, the 6th?
This occurred on the 5th.
That's when he got arrested?
That's what it appears, yes.
Well, then we need to have the preliminary, if he's in custody, on Monday.
Yes.
And this might be a situation, Your Honor, if he's appointed a lawyer, that we could discuss the issue of bond and what we...
How many lawyers here?
Oh, they're all gone. Okay, well, we'll discuss it on Monday then, I guess.
Okay. What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Simon?
Well, at this time, I guess we would go ahead and ask for a $10,000 cash assurance bond.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 cash or surety, which means you can use a bail bondsman. Your family, I'm assuming, ma'am?
Pardon me?
Your family of this gentleman?
That's my grandson.
Okay, do you want to talk to a bail bondsman?
I've already talked to Gary on
Okay.
Monday, so.
You already know.
Mr. Cyrus, I'm sorry.
All right, but I am setting the bond at $10,000 cash or surety, so it's you don't have to post a bond, that's up to you, but you know who to get in touch with.
Yes.
His next hearing is going to be Monday, February 12th, for a preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock. Steyer.
Your Honor, I gave her Mr. Steyer's card also.
Okay, you've got Mr. Steyer's contact.
Yes.
And I'm going to go ahead right now and notify him that he's appointed by sending him a copy of the text.
Your Honor, I guess I'd like to find out if she intends to post a bond for him.
Pardon me?
Are you going to post his bond?
I'm going to try, I'm going to try.
If we made it to $5,000 cash surety bond, so it would cost you a little bit less, would that be helpful?
Yes, sir.
So we'd be okay with a $5,000 cash surety bond, Your Honor.
Okay?
Thank you.
I'll reduce it from 10,000 to 5,000. 5,000 cash surety.
Okay.
All right.
Is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
We'll keep the same date, February 12th.
Yes.
Hold on, let me send this to Mr. Sykes. Okay. That's all for Mr. Slime.
That's all we have to do at the jail right now. We've got 2 recalls to do.
We've got the attorney, I
Yes.
think, on the line.
State of Ohio versus Justin Notes, case number PRC 24-100 A and B.
All right, this is Justin Nose, and we have Mr. Drew. Is it Mr. Drew, I believe? Is that correct, sir? Your name is Drew? I think you've got, let me see, let me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Attorney Drew here, Your Honor.
All right, now I can hear you. All right, this is the first pretrial today. And Mr. Heald is the prosecutor here. See, you filed a notice of appearance. And the jury demand, request to preserve evidence, time waiver, demand for discovery.
Yes, Your Honor. And I have a copy of the report. I just don't have any videos at this point, but I do have a copy of the police report.
Okay, and I'm assuming there are videos, Mr. Heald?
There should be, and those would come to Mr. Drew by email, link to the Axon system. So we'll make sure, you may want to check
Is that
your...
something you send to him, or he can access on his own?
We send the link to him.
Do you have his email address?
I think it's on his paperwork.
Yes.
Yes, if it was sent, we can video it, Your Honor.
Okay, I see it's on your filings.
Yeah, it's not hard to, we can resend it anyway.
Okay, so they'll get you the videos. What else do we need to do?
I think that's it at this point, Your Honor. If you could give me an opportunity to review the videos to see if there's any pretrial motions that need to be filed.
Okay.
If not, can we set this for a second pretrial or status?
Yes, sir.
And then we would know what, if it's going to be a plea or if it's going to go to trial or if there's any pretrial motions at that point.
Okay, I'm setting pretrials now in March. Do you have your calendar? Are there dates that you can't do in March?
I can do March, Your Honor. I have, because I'm assuming you do them on Friday, so I have Friday the 15th.
Mondays or Fridays.
Okay, Friday the 15th, Friday the 22nd, and Friday the 29th are all open.
The 15th is good.
Okay. Can I do this one by Zoom as well, Your Honor, or do you require me in person?
No, I'm okay with this. At this point, since we're not taking any evidence, you can appear by Zoom.
Okay. What time?
Let's go ahead. Usually it's noonish before we get to these. Today we got through the docket a little faster than normal. Let's go ahead and just plan on noon. If we can get to it early, we'll try to call you, but that's usually about the right time.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Hill?
Well, I wanted to ask Mr. Drew if he still had my number. I think you've had a case here before, haven't you?
I have. I've had a few. Wanted to give you a phone number so I can get hold of you.
Okay, 740
740
550.
550.
It's going out all over the world. 0705.
0705. Okay.
And you can text me.
I will get you.
What am I telling the whole
Sorry?
world? Yeah, the whole world, you can text me at that number.
Well, I'm the only one on here, but okay.
No, you're not.
We're on the World Wide Web now, Mr. Drew. This is going out, there's millions of people watching this.
Here they come, they're already coming in.
Oh, goodness, okay.
Thank you. El, we set the date for March 15th. March 15th at noon.
Yep.
They get your number anyway.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
State of Ohio versus Joshua T. Davis, case number CRB 2471.
Yes, sir. Sir, you're Joshua Davis.
Yes, sir.
You've got a domestic violence charge filed. Alleges February the 2nd at Rome Township. By threat of force, you caused Andrea Davis to believe you caused imminent physical harm to her or a member of her family or household. That's a 4th degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
I've explained the rights of defendants several times today. I think you've been in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
I can go over it again with you. Do you understand?
I understand
defendant's rights?
fully.
Probably more than you wanted to hear about it.
Oh, yes.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty?
Okay.
You have a bond out, I see. Let's let the prosecutor talk and we'll see how we're going to go forward with this. So I'm entering a not guilty plea for you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hill.
Well, Your Honor, I'm speaking here with Miss Andrea Davis, who I believe is his spouse, and you're married and have children?
Yes, sir.
So they've talked it over a little bit, and they want Mr. Davis to look after his, maybe some anger issues that he might have that might help the family situation out. If he would do that, if he would go to the anger management counseling and be successful, then we could look at a dismissal of the charges later on with the payment of court costs. And I understand through his spouse that he has that service available to him, counseling, through his employment with who?
I think it's through Marshall Health.
Through Marshall Health. So we'd like him to do that.
Is that something you're interested in doing, Mr. Davis?
I would be willing to do that. I don't feel necessary because I feel like a lot of it's just one-sided. Nobody's getting my side. It's 100%. Nobody, or maybe if it's, my wife has a really bad alcohol problem, and this is the root cause of every anger issue I have.
I mean, I can't order her, or I can't really order you. We can just go ahead with a not guilty plea and have a trial if you want. But as a third-party neutral observer, maybe it'd be good for both of you to go to some counseling and talk about all these issues.
But yes, I have no problem with counseling.
Can't hurt, and if it doesn't work, you can come back, or we can go back to the situation where we're going to have a trial and decide the case that way.
Yes, sir. What about, as for until the counseling, would I be able to go back home, or am I still?
Well, that's the next thing we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Whether she wants a protection order, or if she's agreeable to you being around.
Yes, sir.
I believe that Ms. Davis will say that she'd be happy to take part in counseling, and she says that she has been asking him to take part in marriage counseling for a long time. So maybe this is a point in time in which everybody can agree on one direction. And she also says that she doesn't deny what he said about addiction issues, but she's trying to deal with those through counseling herself, so.
Okay. What about her protection orders? Does she want a protection order, or which means he would be ordered to stay away, or are you okay with him coming around?
I didn't request it.
Okay, so you don't want a protection order?
No.
Okay. No protection order. And I'm assuming, it sounds to me like you're wanting to maybe work this out so you can stay together in this marriage.
I'm going from what he talked to my children. My son's here. He requested those things for me to talk over with the prosecutor today. So, I mean, that was his initial, what he wanted to do. And so I'm willing to work with that.
Okay, so we'll start from this standpoint. So you have some sort of medical insurance coverage?
Yes,
for
sir.
your employment?
Yes, sir.
And Marshall Health? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that where you work?
No, I work at Rubber Light Incorporated.
Okay, well, there's several places you could go. Marshall Health would be one. You could go to the ProAct.
That's who I've used before.
Okay, you can walk in there. The two of you could walk in there and say, we want to get counseling for substance use, anger management, marriage. I mean, just they can do everything. Any medical issue you've got, they can help direct you where you need to go.
Correct.
And I think that would be a good place for you to start, the two of you. So what I plan to do, and you're welcome to have a lawyer, Mr. Davis, if you want to. You don't have to. What I anticipate, what I'd like to do with your case is put it off for about a month, let you go get some counseling, and then come back in a month and see where you are. Is that agreeable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and are you both working, or you work at Rubber Light?
Yeah, I work full-time at Rubber Light.
I clean houses in my name.
Okay, so I'm going to look for a date about a month out in March. Is it better to come back on a Monday or a Friday? Does it matter?
Friday would probably be best for me because the way our schedule's set up.
Okay, March the 15th.
Works.
So that's a little more than a month. So, scheduling your next hearing will be a pretrial, March the 15th at 10 o'clock, and I would like to get a report. It doesn't have to be Marshall Health, but that's, Valley Health also has multiple sources, and I know they would take health insurance. So, RRG, can you take health insurance? So there's somebody here from a provider today, if you want to talk with Heather, is from RRG that's in Huntington. But I'd like to see you come back and have done something, done some counseling before you come back.
Can I request something?
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
only should this be just strictly about marriage counseling as well, like there's deep anger issues, that needs to be dealt with.
Okay.
I feel like he should have his own therapy along with our marriage counseling.
Sure.
As long with me in my own, counseling as well.
Well, it may be where you both have individual counseling and then you have some counseling together.
Yeah, I currently go to individual counseling.
Okay, so what I suggest is you go get an appointment, get an assessment as to what's needed, and let the professionals help direct you as to where you need to go to hopefully resolve some of these issues.
And we're going to need to have a time waiver, Your Honor.
Yes, so Mr. Davis, you have a right, if you wanted to, you could say, now I want to have a trial on this, and I want it as soon as possible, and we have rules about when we have to try the case. So on your kind of case, we got to do it in a month. So if you want a trial, then we can't do this whole procedure with letting you go to counseling unless you waive your time constraints. In other words, it's your right to make them bring the case to trial in that month. If you want to try counseling first, that's fine, but by doing that, you're agreeing to waive your time constraints. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you'll need to sign that document that waives your time constraints. Come back March the 15th at 10 o'clock. Hopefully with a report in hand. That's where you've been to counsel. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, not guilty, please enter the plea.
Thank you.
You are. Your bonds continue.
Your Honor, I've been told by the Smith that either Gary Copley or Jeffrey Levin
I spoke to both Judge Dankins and Katie Bond, so I told him I'll see him before next Friday.
State of Ohio versus recalls Darnell Corbin the second, case number CRB 23761.
All right, Mr. Thorne is here. Mr. Smith is standing in for Mr. Morford, who could not be here today.
That's correct, Judge. If I'm reading Mr. Morford's notes correctly, it was set on a 90-day continuance to be dismissed if Mr. Morford's client engaged in anger management counseling. He is doing that in United Family Recovery.
In Cold Grove.
Okay, and in Cold Grove, and he's not there, probably about a month out, he'll be finished, he thinks, with the anger management. If we could come back the 15th or 18th of March, that should give him time to finish what he's doing.
Let's do the 15th, March 15th. Be the next meeting. I'll cancel, we had a call from Mr. Thorne before he didn't appear, so.
Correct,
cancel
Judge.
anymore.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Victoria had to drop me off. I believe I was a few minutes late.
Thank you, Judge.
Next hearing, March 15th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, we do.
Kimberly Gannon. Okay, we'll call her out. That's 213329.
Your Honor, I emailed you her lab results
Okay.
from when she was actively coming at least to screen. And the last 5 results were positive for fentanyl, even though they were negative on the instant test. And then she would continue to be an outpatient. She felt an outpatient at this point. Our recommendation is going to be residential, and she states that she does not want to do residential.
All right, Ms. Gannon, you're testing for a very, very dangerous substance. And this is not the first time this has happened. So it's being recommended that you go to inpatient treatment. Are you still saying you don't want to do that? Yes.
I know you felt, I don't know, you see 100 days. But I mean, I worked for 97 pounds, 135. I worked every day, like, I'm an assistant general manager at a hotel. I've never had a role like that. I work all the time. I'm not doing it. I don't know if it's when, I don't know if I, like in a room where we go clean rooms and stuff on a table or.
That's not possible.
Sometimes we do get that.
That's not possible.
Well, if you just get, I'm not doing it. And I can't explain. I thought I was gonna come in here today and it was gonna be, you were gonna be happy and it was gonna be done. This has been going on since 2020.
Well, your case was 2021.
She was previously at Riverside and they had the same issue. So, and we've tried outpatient, she just won't come. It's just not appropriate at this point. And with the substance that she is abusing, there is a high risk of overdose.
I agree. And I just finally sentenced you June the 12th of 2023. Well, the only thing I can do, I think you need treatment. You had a 20-day jail sentence suspended, so I'm going to give you the 20 days in jail. So that's your choice, 20 days in jail or go to treatment.
Can you, like, give me another chance? I'll come in here and do a drug test twice a week.
I think that I've given you several chances.
I don't want to lose my job.
Who's your boss?
Megan, Seward, and then, or is it Dollar Tree too? her name's Charlene.
Do you have a phone number for Megan Seeger?
Town Place Hotels.
What is it?
Town Place Hotels, Huntington.
What's the name of the hotel?
Town Place Hotels, Huntington. And then the Dollar Tree.
Okay. I'll make some phone calls. Put her back in the holding cell, and we'll come back on the record after I make some calls.
Thank you, Your Honor.